This probably should have been the first video in the Chaos Knight series. Hello and welcome to a strange midweek upload for Lizard of Doom. We're not going to do a lot of these midweek episodes, it's mainly going to be on the Friday, but this is explaining something that I feel I should have explained in the first video in the Chaos Knight series. So this is a little 1.5 episode. I have not outlined my vision for the diorama at all, and that's something I'm going to do in this video with a really bad Photoshop. I promise you the final thing is going to look a lot better than this Photoshop. My idea for this diorama is some kind of trench warfare. I like the idea of these knights attacking a trench, and I'm going to show you what's in my head through this really bad put together Photoshop with images I've stolen from the internet. So bear with me and let's have a little look at the plan. Let's start off with a nice red war-torn sky, the sunrise, sunset, doesn't matter, the sun never gets above the horizon on this planet. The next is the mud wall of the trench. We're seeing this from inside the trench with the red sky in the background. And maybe a couple of little spooky trees. Atop the mud trench is some kind of debris or razor wire or something. I haven't quite thought of that yet, but something that denotes it as the top of the trench, the defensive edge. And of course in this trench warfare there's going to be lots of sandbags. Maybe we're going for World War I, World War II style trenches. In the bottom corner we find a bunker. And deep in that bunker, planning his next move, is the commander of these forces entrenched on this chaos world. Essentially there's going to be a little commissar in there with his little IKEA desk making a plan, posters on the wall. That's my kind of vision for that, with a little light in there to show you what he's doing. Outside of the bunker, I'm going to line the bottom of the trench with wooden planks, much like they did in wartime, to avoid trench foot and mud being everywhere. However, mud is going to be a big part of this whole scene. Is going to be earth and muddy, caked in filth of war. It's going to look like they've been there fighting for weeks, months, if not years. Hanging around outside the bunker, manning the trench, is going to be a squad of Astra Militarum. I'm thinking of using the kill team with all the gas masks on. I think they've got lovely dynamic posing, and I like the gas mask feel for this trench warfare environment. And I feel like I could get a lot of characters out of that set. You've got the medic in there, you've got people charging with bayonets. I think they would suit really, really well. Along with them, out of my bits, I've dug out an old kill team that I used to use back when kill team was just a knockoff little game from 40k. And that consisted of 3 scout sentinels. So they're the old type of sentinel, but I feel like they're slightly smaller than the newer ones, and that's going to put them in good stead against the knights. The knights are going to look even bigger and more imposing. So I'm going to use them as like heavy artillery for this trench. So these guys are having an alright time. They're entrenched, they're living their lives, loving it. But then, oh no, what's this? There's a breach. One side of the trench is pushed through. And who's pushed it through, you ask? It would be a Chaos Knight Rampager and his band of war dogs come to saw them all in half with their nasty chainsaw arms. And what's that in the distance? Oh no, more knights approaching, ready to shoot up the bunker and destroy this man in the middle of his plans. Anyway, I told you it was a bad Photoshop, but that's the plan. This is going to be a wall mounted. I think I'm going to try and do some Bob Ross shit for the background and see if I can figure out a nice red sky. The plan is to light it behind the trench in red light, so that shines on the background and kind of silhouettes the knights as they're coming in, and then put smaller lights in the front of the trench to illuminate all the characters running around panicking in there as the Chaos Knights attack. But because I'm making it wall mounted, it kind of gives me a depth issue, because I don't have space to store a large diorama. I need to make it compact. So I'm going to have to do some tricks to kind of get a perspective shift, maybe drop the back knight down a little bit to make it look like it's further over the trench. But we'll see how it works out in the end. Thanks for joining me for this little explanation. I'm Max. Like and subscribe and follow me on this journey. Hit that subscribe button now!